Hello, Obey fam. My name is Peter Tucci, and this is the wonderful Paul Fishman.
Hi.
If you don't know about him, you are going to know, and you're going to love him, and you're going to look at his beautiful eyes and his teeth. It's almost too much, but I digress. It's never too much, though, right?
Never, ever too much.
We've been okay. Anyway, so let's just get to business. So. He is a self-love guru, a self-help coach. He helps to change people's lives. And before we get started, I just want to say why I love him is like, I believe your journey. You know what I mean? Like, you know how sometimes you're like, it's like they just came out of nowhere and they're like, this is how you live your best life. And you're like, I do not believe you. Like, what do you know? I'm sure they know something, and I bless everyone, but I'm so much happier that I get to be here with Paul.
I'm the color of your shirt, officially. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here. I want my life to always look like this, so it's a thing.
In the box.
Yeah.
All right, well, I could tell you about that, that's for sure. I know what that life is like. And you're an Obey member, right?
Yeah.
Whose classes do you take?
Sometimes, I forget his name. I don't remember his name. It starts with a P, ends with an eater. Eater. Oh,
That's
you.
That is like middle school. You just brought back like all these horrible memories of Peter the Eater. Because
Yeah.
I was a big kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and and that was like, it wasn't cool back in that day. Like today, I feel like you can kind of dress it up with.
I think it's as cool as you let it be, you know?
Already, just breaking down the spiritual vibes, like just giving me life. Thank you. That's like the fourth time you've done it to me.
You're welcome.
Like I'm on a run, and he's
I'll
like,
invoice you later.
Okay, so what I really would like to do today is like, I want to unpack your journey. I want you to give us those like Oprah moments where you're like, and then we're going to talk about what it's like today. So we're just going to go through this cute little journey. And I want to know like the milestones and like how we can relate to you, because that's what's so exciting about you to me is like, you're so relatable. You know what I mean? It's like not, I don't feel like you're this poster, you're like the real deal. And that's really exciting.
Thanks. This is so much fun being here and just being given all this beautiful compliments. So keep it coming. So
I'll invoice you later.
Hey.
How do you like that? Ooh. Oh yeah, and we're gonna have a dance off at the end because he likes to dance too.
Yeah, all about a dance moment. So, well, my journey started around 10 years ago, and this is specifically around the concept of self-love and just honoring who I am as an individual, because that's really what self-love is. If you break it down, the word self means individual, and the word love means devotion. So you're getting devoted to your individuality. That if you ever were confused, what even is self-love? Is it going to buy a fancy handbag, paying for the annual membership of Obey instead of the monthly, like all these different things? It's really just doing you.
And devotion to yourself.
Yeah.
That is lovely.
Yeah.
So that means like it is a withstanding relationship.
Right.
It's not like today I'm gonna love myself, but tomorrow I'm gonna hate myself and defend him.
Right, and we don't like a hatred moment.
I don't.
No hate here.
Devotion to self. That is good. You guys need to tattoo it somewhere.
Yes, tattoo it on your butt.
On your butt.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but that's not how it was.
No, that's not how it was.
And we want to know.
We want to know how it was. Yes.
Okay,
so at rock bottom, where I was I was 75 pounds overweight.
Okay.
Massive financial crisis. I was in a toxic, emotionally abusive relationship. And just in this cycle of...
And it wasn't a lover, right?
No, it was.
The relationship.
Yes, it was a lover.
I did not know. Oh my goodness, we were about to get so juicy.
Well, so I wasn't speaking my truth. So yes, I was closeted, I was dating a woman, and that was like the smallest piece of the puzzle, though.
I do know that. I do know that.
It was a very small piece
Because
of
like
the
all
puzzle.
relationships they teach you so much. And I think like getting the sex out of the way, like I've shared with you, like I've been in relationship with women, and sometimes I say, I've never been in a relationship, but I have. Like, it's whoever you commit your energy to, and whether it's positive or negative.
Absolutely.
But more about you. I'm sorry.
Peter, it's fine. Do you want me to interview you? I can do that. So when I was at rock bottom, I was in this endless cycle of emotionally eating, hence the excess weight. And then because I felt so bad about that, I would go out and I would go shopping. And that's the financial crisis. And then it would cycle back into just this feeling of self-hatred, and then I would make myself feel better by eating and pushing everything down, and then the cycle kept on going. So one day I was just like, I can't do the cycle anymore. And I can't really recall specifically what happened, but I was literally looking in the mirror and I didn't recognize myself.
Yeah.
And there were so many things that stacked on top of that. And I don't know if you're watching and you can relate, but like, have you ever just looked in the mirror and just had a really hard time connecting? And has that ever happened to you, Peter?
Well, mine's really specific. I was actually in a dance class and Britney Spears' Stronger was on. And I remember looking at myself dancing and being like, where is that spark? Like, I was going through all the moves of life and I was doing something that I love to do, but no, it's like, I just felt empty, like completely desolate. You know, it's like I had these things on the outside that were supposed to accumulate to happiness, but it wasn't working.
Right, right.
But I love that you shared about like going from one stimulus to another stimulus. It's like, what'll make me happy in this like exact like moment right now? But you know, that's just a rainstorm. Like we've got to get a good climate, you know, working in our lives.
Yeah, so the next step really was I got out of the relationship. And really, I had no idea that I was on a self-love journey. Like the whole like, oh, that's what I was doing, maybe happened like 3-4 years ago when I looked back in retrospect.
Yeah.
But at that time, I was just doing what I had to do to survive emotionally. So there was this like pivotal moment. I left the relationship. I honored who I was. I said, you know what? This isn't for me anymore, not speaking my truth. So I came out, and within 2 weeks, I had lost 20 pounds. 20 pounds of emotional weight just fell off of me. And people were like, what are you doing? And I was like, I don't know. But now I'm like, oh, well, that was weight that I was holding on to.
Did the night eating, did that fall away or?
I mean, it's always a constant struggle,
Sure,
of course.
thank you.
It's never fully away, but I was noticing the things that were happening in my life that were not making me happy anymore. And then it started kind of manifesting in other pieces of my life where the job that I'd been working at that I'd never really felt fully honored and valued, I just received a better offer from my dream job at the time.
Yeah.
And then went over there, and then I realized that the cycle kept on hitting. And that was when I had to actually do my work. And
So what you're saying, it was like it wasn't a geographic situation. It wasn't like, okay, I'm just gonna put myself, it's like emotionally something had
Right.
to change. It's not just about like
Right.
changing the outsides.
because I was working retail, and in that environment, it's really tough to avoid wanting to buy things.
It's tough in general.
This is true. This is true.
I walk to the subway and I'm trying to buy something.
So here I was realizing that my life, I could change the environment, I could change all these factors, but I was the one always living it.
Yeah.
So when you consider that as you're moving through your self-love journey or just discovering who you are as an individual, it's really important to know that the universe is going to continue trying to teach you a lesson. And it will continue trying to teach you that lesson until you actually learn it and apply it. So I was continuously trying to learn this lesson of honoring myself and saying no to people that didn't fill me up or weren't serving me, saying no to another pair of shoes, which is my not guilty pleasure, just my pleasure, okay?
Okay.
And there were so many things that hit me in that moment, and it's been a journey up until today. You know, I still have a good shoe moment. Not today.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I don't mean to judge you about like.
It's supposed to rain, okay?
Anyway, form before function. Yeah. Okay, so I feel that. Like, I'm with you. I know what that's like. I know a lot of our viewers know it. It's like they're so honest on our Facebook group. Like, we love that. Like, you're always letting us know what's going on in your life, and so you've started to make these changes. Can you give us some like real something we can hold on to, some pivotal points that like let you know that like, okay, it's time to move on.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
and then what it took to have the courage. Because for me, it's like sometimes I know I need to change, but it's like, how? You know?
Well, that's the really interesting thing. We focus a lot on the how do I do it. And when you're focusing so powerfully on the how, you need to step back into your why. And then when you focus too powerfully on the why, you got to get back to the how.
You're interviewing yourself. That was like a little too, that was smooth, wasn't it? You just, let me tell you, that was amazing. Do you want to turn this water into wine? I would love that.
Next time.
Okay, maybe it's vodka. We don't know.
Unclear. So,
Clear.
clear.
Sorry,
Yeah.
it's the worst.
No, the best.
Okay.
The best. When it comes to actually honoring you and looking at, it was a mirror moment, really. So really, I have a question for all of you that are watching. Like, back to the mirror moment. Have you taken time to actually look at yourself in the mirror, and after you've done a class or after you've done something you're really proud of, and really just said, I'm so proud of you right now? Like, looking at yourself. If you haven't, it's the perfect time to do it, because that's really what changed for me. And it's this mantra that I would look in the mirror and I would say to myself, and it's not just like the surfacey look, it's like, look at your eyes, admire yourself. And this is the mantra that I created. I give myself permission to be okay with where I am. I honor the journey and know that I am doing my best. I love and accept you. I love and accept you. I love and accept you. And I say that to myself every single morning in the mirror. And I've been doing this for years. People say, oh, have you changed it? Are you going to change it? And that's where my baseline is. I always have to remind myself that right here and now is what matters most. Not what's tomorrow, not what's yesterday. It's very, very, very important.
I mean, that's really the fact that it keeps going, because it's not about exactly what you're saying. It's about that moment you have continually. And going back to the what was that word you used? The with yourself, like
Permission.
or the agreement with yourself to continue. I love that.
Yeah.
So let's know about your life now. What was these like turning point? Like, so you've had this, turning point, and then what are the next steps? What happened? Like, what is it getting like now? Like,
right.
Yeah.
So now I'm fully honoring who I am. And for a long time, I actually worked in the fitness industry.
Okay.
Like, I lived in New York. If I was here when Obey was here, I would be auditioning, because, woo, what a party this is, huh?
Yeah.
And I found that the missing piece of everyone's journey was saying yes to themselves. For instance, I was a personal trainer, and I would have people coming to me and they'd be like, I want to lose weight so that this guy will fall in love with me. Or I want to lose weight so I can look good in the new suit so I can get the job of my dreams. And it was all this external stuff. So I dropped everything and I said, you know what? I don't want to be in the fitness world anymore. I want to empower people to build that foundation of self-love. So that's what brought me to where I am today, being the self-love coach, which is, I'm really just a life coach with a foundation of self-love. We have to have that foundation before we can build a beautiful home, AKA a beautiful life. So now, every day is just me showing up, whether it's on Instagram or in my Facebook community or with my one-on-one clients, my group.
Or for yourself.
Well, that's a given.
I mean,
for me,
I just wanted to get you. That's
yeah,
all.
You tried.
I tried.
It was a
I
nice
did
try.
Okay.
I appreciate the try. And it's really just important for me to always be reminding that I'm only human. It's like that song, I'm only human, right? Yeah, that's all I know.
I was ready to turn it into a prom moment.
Throw the table and
oh my
just
God,
start
that
dancing.
Would be so good.
Yeah,
like
that would be good.
Real Housewives of Obey.
Yeah.
Okay. Amazing. And the thing that, for I think our viewers are hearing, it's like taking that moment, believing in yourself, whatever it is you're doing in that moment, like really being there. So it's like if you're working out with us, you were there, you were committing, you're saying yes to yourself, right? And I think we experienced that in different ways. And you just had this moment and you were like, that's not working for me. What does work for me? And these are such valuable lessons.
I have a great Obey workout moment story, right? So I always think about staying present, being in the moment. So when you're doing the Obey workout, you're staying in the Obey workout, right? You're not just on your phone. And I was doing a workout with you, and I was trying to take a boomerang of the thing, and my phone just wouldn't let the boomerang save. And I was just like, Paul, you gotta stop, get rid of the phone. You can take it later, you can do it later.
Drop the screens.
Drop the screens and just focus on one thing, which is honoring yourself. You have this small opportunity, because we have so many other things going on, to honor you. And whether it's working out or just taking 5 minutes in the morning to look at the mirror and say the mantra that I gave,
What is this? Wait, so, but you also have a method, right?
Right.
And it's PAUL, easy, even if,
Yeah,
you know,
it's
like
my
the Paul
name.
method. And what is the, like, a simple way that, like, for me, for someone that I can use in my life right now? Like, if you said, use this method in your life right now to feel a little better, so it doesn't feel like self-love, that seems like a mountain that we might have to climb. Maybe you could, like, practice.
Totally. So we can practice this with you. But first I'm going to outline what the Paul strategy is.
Okay.
So P stands for presence. So you got to get present with where you are right here and now. A, accountability.
Great.
So just holding yourself accountable for that presence, like where you are. U, unconditional acceptance. Unconditionally accept that you are exactly where you're meant to be. And then L, throw some love at it. So in a moment where you're being like, oh, maybe you don't want to work out, or maybe your kids are driving you crazy, or your husband's like, I'm running late, I was supposed to pick up food, but the food is cold, can you make some more dinner for everyone? And you're just like, I don't have a second to breathe, right? It's just like, you just take a deep breath and you get present. So like, I'd love to know, is there a particular moment in your life recently where you kind of felt like resistance or fear around something?
Oh, sure. Like, I think getting, like, future tripping, like worrying too much about the future, and like you took the moment with your boomerang and like the obey, but for me, sometimes it's like the smallest situations. It's like, I don't think I am enough walking into the situation. Like, say I'm going to teach a class and there's something about that day, maybe I don't feel prepared, or maybe I feel like there's, honestly, someone that I have a question in the class, or something that's like, so I love that I could like present, what is the thing, walk me through this actually.
Right, so how would you get present with yourself? So let's say you're not feeling prepared to walk into a class and teach it. Like, how would you get present with yourself?
I would say something like, I've done this many times. I know what I have is worth it, and they're going to love it. Like, I have to show, as long as I'm present with them and not worrying about what I don't have, I work with what I've got.
And then how would you get accountable with those feelings?
Wow. Okay. So a little action. I would. What would hold me accountable is like knowing that it isn't about me and it's about the students. Like, you can feel the vibe when you're with someone, and it's like really, and like, so anytime that starts to veer off, like, this is about them, it's not about me right now.
So you're getting present with how you're feeling, and then you get accountable knowing that there's more to the story than just you. And then,
which is really hard to do sometimes. Like, we make it sound like it's so easy, but we're like, but me. But so thank you.
Yeah, and then you're gonna unconditionally accept that. That might be the story that you're telling yourself, that it's all about you. No? And then you just throw some love on it. So how would you love yourself unconditionally throughout all of that?
I would probably give a little dance, or just like, I don't know. Like, for me, it's like, I just love the idea of like making it a little bit special. So for me, it would be like a hair toss, or something probably physical. Because for me, it's like, if I like add a little dance to it, it makes my experience better.
Yeah, I would love if you showed how you would apply the Paul strategy to your daily struggles in the Obey community, fam. So
yeah, let us know on Facebook.
Yeah, let us know.
We want to know.
We want to know.
Get real.
We're
Get
ready.
fresh.
Yeah.
I don't have another word, but I'm sure it's like gorgeous and stunning.
Yeah, all those words.
Yeah, and I already feel inspired right now. It's like working with this, like continuing to go, and something that we're talking about like before is, self-love. It doesn't have to be perfect. Like, part of self-love is like practicing self-love.
I've been on a 10-year self-love journey, and self-love is a marathon, not a sprint. Just like everything in life. And I get so many people coming to me, and they're just like, I need a magic pill for self-love. And I'm like, sorry, it's not gonna work out that way. So the first place to start for self-love really is that mirror mantra. And if you don't remember it, you can go to my website, paulfishman.love. So it's my first name, Paul, last name, fish, like the things that swim in the sea, manlikeme.love. And if you sign up for my email newsletter, that will be sent right to your inbox. You can print it out, put it on your mirror. Think of me every time you're looking at yourself, loving yourself unconditionally.
Yeah, and like, I think just even by doing something simple like that, you're like, sometimes when you show the action, it's like, that is esteemable. Yep. Like, I think one thing for me is like self-esteem isn't by what I look like or that's so fleeting, but like by doing esteemable acts. So what is something I can concretely say at the end of the day, this is what I've done for myself today. Checklist.
I like that. I like
Thank
that
you.
checklist moment,
Yeah.
that it's this whole concept of really being grateful
Yeah.
for honoring you every day, always.
You guys, what? I am so happy. Like I could do a cartwheel right now, promise.
Do it.
No, wait, but like we have to keep it really simple. Oh my God, yeah. So I mean, I think our work here is done.
You think so?
I think so. I think now we should just like hype you up, let them know how they can get more of you, and then like, I mean, I feel really fulfilled, and I'm so grateful that you're here today, and you just feel like a brother. So like
From another mother.
From another mother. We realized I had no idea what that meant, and that's so embarrassing. You know, it's like, anyway, so. All right, so how can we know more about you?
So best place to connect with me is on Instagram, @PaulFishman, just my first and last name. I love a DM moment, so if you're watching this and you're just like, I just want to connect with Paul, send me a DM.
You got back to me.
I got back to
You
Peter,
sure
so
did.
I'm absolutely gonna get back to you.
Yeah.
And you can also go to my website, paulfishman.love, sign up for my newsletter, get that mantra. And then I also have a really awesome community called Self-Love On Demand, where you can learn from me, kind of like you do here in Obey, just like I show up live, Q&As, all this awesome stuff, just for all of my members.
We should have a battle between the self-love groups, like Obey versus, I mean, not really, but I'd love to be mischievous.
Like a self-love battle.
A self-love battle.
Because
like who loves themselves
love is
more?
the weapon that will end all war.
Amazing. I'm done. Like, I don't think we could, I mean, we could try
If this
to be
were
cute.
a mic, I'd drop it.
It would drop. But I mean, like, okay, so you love doing this little, like, he has like these little dance moments, like when he's starting to talk about life. So when that Obey music comes on, which you all know and love, I think we should just do a little dance for them, and it doesn't have to be too much.
No, we can
Right.
do a lot.
So what are you honoring about yourself today?
Today I'm honoring that I've given myself permission to just go with the flow and be here.
I'm honoring myself that I love to dance, and I might just give you a lap dance. He is married, but it don't matter. Stay in the chair.
Oh, you want me to stay on the chair?
Yeah. Oh wait, no. He wants me to give him a lap dance. So show me. Can you give me a little side to side?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, you guys. We are so happy he's here. Check him out. Thank you. Give me hugs. I think our work here is done.
Our work here is done.
Thank you, Obey family. We love you so much. We love you. Paul loves you. I love you.
We all love
Peace.
you.
Paul.
So much love.